Well, good morning. Welcome back to Life of Dave. It's Tuesday morning. We're back down the boat. Right, last time we was down, I managed to get some filler slapped on this. This is the bonding paste I've used. So this is just to fill in all the holes, all the cheese holes and voids that were next to the ribbing. So I've got right into the edge, squeezed it all in, smoothed it along a bit. It's all got to be sanded before I can do anything else. So this is going to need more fairing compound over it to level it all up and square it off and make it all look pretty. But this was just to fill in the holes and voids, you know. So we've gone over some of the pinholes that were in the side here, some voids that were here, you know. This is going to need more fairing. That's not level. There's still a low spot there, but I've just got to sand it all now to key it all up before I can do anything else with it. But this stuff will basically take out the worst of it, and then I'll put some fairing compound over the top to smooth it all out. So we've got quite a lot of work sanding wise anyway. So again, it's not going to be the most interesting to watch, you know, but it's got to be done. So I'm going to knock this back now, get some new paper on the sander and get cracking, because I've only got about an hour or so today. It's school holidays. Kids are sitting up in the crow's nest, and Mrs is off this afternoon, so I've got to go home and meet them, and I've got to take them to the skate park before I go home. So I'm going to get this done, skate park, then off home for the afternoon. Right, let's crack on and get something done. So I'm going to start at the bottom and then work my way up. If I do the top, all the dust will just be falling down over the bottom one. You can't see where you've been. That's done. We'll do the top bit now. I'm going to switch some of the dust down, because the motor blowing out off the tools blows the dust back up in the air otherwise, so if you keep it out of the way it's less airborne dust. Right, so we've sanded that whole bottom rib, top and bottom. So as you can probably not see on the camera because the light's terrible, it's full of little pits and low spots and everything. This is not a level layer, you know. This is just to build up, to fill in all those voids that were there and pack each side of this ready for, you know, finishing work. As it is, if I glass over that, I'll trap air in these little voids. Yeah, so that's no good. That will just be more voids. You know, there's no way out of that. If I glass over that, that's a void. That's a void. You know, and so on. So we've got to finish it better than that. But this is just the first layer. You know, to build up. So I've got to sand this top layer now. I've still got to do up here as well. So if I get time, I'll get that done. And then we'll get some more fairing compound on there. So I'll use the lighter fairing compound and we'll cover the whole lot and we'll sand it, because like down here, as you can see,
That is nowhere near flat. You can see all the high spots, the low spots, the really low spots that it hasn't even touched, you know. That is rough as you like. It is all over the place. So I've got to get that flatter. You know, it's got to be smoother than that. This is seriously rough work. And I've hit it with a grinder as well, so I've cut ridges and lines into it. It's all ripply, you know. So we've got to smooth that up with a bit of sanding and a bit of fairing. Right, I'm going to get on with a bit more sanding. I might film a little bit. I'll come back on and show you how I'm getting on. But I've got to crack on. And yeah, I can't just keep filming me sanding. Right, be back soon. Right, so that's the 2 ribs done. I'm not trying to smooth it so it's all level, I'm just trying to sand it down so it's knocking off the high peaks. And where I've got the low spots, I'm just trying to sort of blend it out a bit. I'm not worried about too much, I'm just digging into them to make sure that that's keyed. So there's like a little low spot there. Doesn't show up very well on the camera because it's sort of white on white, you can just see it there. That's a big low spot, you know, huge low spot. I'm not trying to sand it out, I'm just making sure it's keyed so when I put my next layer of filler over, it sticks into those low spots. So all I've done is knocked it back to smooth it off, key it up so it's ready for our next layer. You know, it's just a quick blast over. I'm not trying to level it too much, you know, because I'm going to fair that over and smooth it out with the next layer. You know, this is literally just to fill the voids. We opened up a couple of new ones, so I was sanding that off. Glass there was a bit thin, there was a void there over that wood. So it's another spot I had to remove, and again another one up here. So that was a little high spot, and as I sanded the filler down, it's gone through the high spot there. So we'll have to refill that. So eventually what I'll do is basically skim all of this with filler and then I'll sand it all smooth. Yeah, it ain't got to be 100% perfect, but it's got to be smooth as I can get it, so that when I glass it, it makes life easier and I don't get air voids. You know, I want a nice neat roll of glass to follow the line of the boat, you know, without pockets of air. You know, the less dimples and marks you've got in it, the better your glass will come out. So yeah, I've still got to knock back this little bit up here. This bit here is a little bit of an issue. I'm probably going to have to do most of it by hand. I can do it with the nose of the grinder, just going into there. But that really eats into the paper and wears the pad out. So, you know, I'll do what I can and then probably have to finish that by hand. My belt sander's gone up the Swanee. Didn't last 5 minutes, did it? Brilliant tool when it was working, but it hasn't lasted long. So, gonna have to see what I can do with that, if I can get any spare parts that stops the belt from coming off. It looks like the rubber's expanding that goes on the drive, so unless I can get like a different bushing to make it better, and it needs a new outer cover to stop the belt coming off. But we're nearly there, so right, I'm gonna crack on and get out of here. Right, I've got to get out of there. Kids are waiting to go to the skate park. Just got to very quickly get some fairing cotton out over this. I've not finished the top section, that still needs sanding. So if I can get some fairing on here, get that covered, then I can finish that next time. I'll sand up there next time and then sand this off. That should leave this bit pretty close to being done, ready for glassing. So it's going to be a very quick smear. Spray it over. Bit of a rush job, but it's got to be done. I'll need tape on there, so next time I'm down, I've got something to sand. Yeah. Yeah. The thing about this pink filler is you can tell you've got enough catalyst in it because of the colour change. It really does change quick. So it goes from a bright pink to like a salmony pink. So there's no doubts that you've got it mixed. And the other thing is mixing up a large batch creates more heat, so it goes off fast. You do have to get it on pretty quick. Right, there we go. Hopefully you can see. This probably isn't going to be enough for all of it. This is so ripply. It really is. I don't want too much build up at this end, or all over any of it really. I just want it flat and smooth, because I've got a layer of glass to go on here. This isn't a final fairing. You know, when I glass this, I'm going to have to do this again, you know, fair it again. So if I put too much on now, and then glass it and then fair it, you know, it's too much weight. I just need this smooth. I need a nice build up and smoothed out, not a thick heavy build up to fill it. I just need it smooth. There's no lumps in. I've got to hurry up and get this on. It's going to go off quick. Spread it out, then I can work it. Whilst it's sitting in a lump on my board, that's going to go off rocket fast. It hasn't got to be perfect. Okay, it's just got to fill the low spots. So that when I do the glass work, it don't pick up on all them low spots as voids. So I'm scraping that off now to thin it out. Spread it up a bit further. All that, look, I've taken off. Just want to fair it to fill the holes, not fill it up. So I don't want a big build up. So I'll put it on, quite heavy, scrape it along, removing most of it, use it up here. This might take me a couple of goes to get it right. It ain't going to be a lot to do, that's going to go off any second. I've got to get out of here, so I'm not going to put another layer on or finish it. I just want some on so that I can say that's done. Go, let's go it. So most of this will be sanded off. Starting to cheese up a bit, so it's got these pinholes everywhere if I play with it too much. So. There we go, that'll do. So I've done most of it. There's a little bit up there to finish. Yeah, I'll leave that alone. I've just got to pull it about now and it'll leave little voids everywhere. So I've got a little bit left to finish up here. I've got the majority of it covered, and this stuff's, you know, not going to be too hard to sand. And the flatter it gets, it means you can whiz over it quicker. You ain't got to keep trying to dip into all the surface changes that are going on. You know, as you build it up, it gets flatter, so then you can just run over with a flat sander, yeah, nicely. The only thing I've got to do is go between the tracks and just keep that shape a little bit. But not bad. Right, let's get out of here. I've got kids waiting. There we go. So we've got some fairing on there. I've still got to finish sanding up there. I've done a little bit. I've got a bit more to finish up this end. And we've got some fairing on there, so next time I come down I've got lots of sanding to do. Put a little bit more on this end, you know, get it finished, but at least some of it's covered again, so ready for the next sanding. And we'll get that done, knocked back, see how that looks, and then get the other end done, get all that done. Also, I've still got to fair up all under there and sand all that off again. I just need to nib it over, get it somewhere near it. I haven't touched this at all, it's all still rough. Like I say, I've done this bit, I've still got a few holes there to fill. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Right, that's as much as I'm going to do today. Let's get out of here. Alright, thank you all for watching Life of Dave. Hope you like what I'm doing. You know, it'd be brilliant to have you subscribe to my channel if you do. And I'll catch you all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.